we want to bring in a special guest. And this next guy is somebody who I would consider the prototypical Broadway outside linebacker. When you think of linebackers on the Broadway, you close your eyes, and this guy is going to pop up in there. Not the biggest guy, maybe 5'11", 190. But when you say the term sideline to sideline, he fits the bill. Beyond further ado, let me bring in Mr. Jeremy Taylor. Jeremy, what's going on, man?
What's going on, man? How you doing?
All right. What up, man? What up, Jeremy?
What's up? Now listen. I gotta tell you, man. Every time we have guests, I just try to do a little bit of research, and I go through, see their little videos, and man, I'm telling you, you got me so hyped because I say I'm a football nerd, so I love just form tackling. I love when people just have great fundamentals, when they break down, when they use leverage. You did all that. So before we get started, let me show the people what I'm talking about. This is maybe, I would say, your most memorable game. It's funny because last week we talked to Denzel Keys.
Oh, yeah, my high school teammate.
Oh, y'all played high school ball together?
Yeah, we both from Kingston, yeah.
Doug, you supposed to let me know that. I would have. I did not know that. I knew y'all both from Kingston.
They carry the Kingston mantle well, man. The Kingston mantle well. You know, them boys hold it down for sure.
That's awesome. Okay, so now it makes sense. But and both of you guys had like a coming out party for that Kent State game.
Oh yeah.
So let me show the folks what I'm talking about real quick.
As we approach the 3-minute mark, scoreless here in the opening quarter. Mitchell. And he is taken down. What a terrific defensive play, is knifing Mitchell down for that big loss for North Carolina A&T. As we called him before, very active linebacker, Jeremy Taylor.
Excellent effort and play on the part of Jeremy Taylor. And what you like about Jeremy Taylor's game is that he's relentless. He sticks with it, makes the read, understands that Mitchell's going to keep going, and goes in there and makes a play.
To get the easier throw and get him in a rhythm. Exactly. That's a reverse. And swinging around that corner quickly is Cavius Price. How impressed are we, though, with the pursuit of this North Carolina D?
I'm extremely impressed.
Sideline to sideline, he's blitzing here. Mitchell in trouble, and Taylor got him. We just mentioned Jeremy Taylor. He came on that strong side blitz. He's made 2 terrific plays.
So there you go. So you actually lived that. So what is it like to sit back and watch that now?
Actually sitting back watching, I can tell that I gave my all on the line for that game. The game was already delayed, and then already going into 4 overtimes later on. I just knew I had to give them all, and we was facing our first FBS school, so I knew we had to come ready to play. And I was looked at as one of the leaders on the defense, so I had to come and step up. And like I said, when my name was called, I had to play the play.
And I'm going to talk about you were fearless because obviously first FBS win in school history.
Yeah.
You're on the road. You said you had the lightning delay, was sitting on, you kind of got put on the shelf for a couple hours.
Mm-hmm.
But just that this relentless mentality, where do you think that came from? Was that something you always had?
I feel like it was something I had deep down, but it's something that kind of got brought out. I'll probably say my junior year after I played, probably kind of just came out of me, and then I led those last two years, leading the defense, and was able to just, show my talent.
And what was the stat line from that game, Doug? You got in front of you? What was it, 15 tackles? I got it, 15 tackles. Check this out. This sounds like I'm just making this up. 4 pass breakups. He had 2 sacks, and I believe you forced like 2 turnovers.
Yeah.
And you were the FCS defensive player of the week.
Yeah.
So that was your coming out party. That put you on the map.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing about it is when you came to A&T, you were a walk-on.
Mm-hmm. I came on an engineering degree.
But if you came for an engineering degree, how long did it take the coaching staff to realize, hold on a second, this ain't no walk-on material. We got to give him a scholarship quick. How long did that take?
It took my junior year, spring of my junior year.
So you were 2 years as a walk-on.
2 years as a walk-on, and then my junior year, I got my scholarship and balled up my senior year as I deserved.
What was that like when they told you got a scholarship? Did they have
talk about bells ringing in the clouds. That was a blessing, man. That was one thing I was really balling hard to see because that was my decision on whether I was going to A&T or not. I did come on a visit, but I was, given a preferred walk-on position, so I was still debating, okay, do I want to go through with it or not? I mean, I came just for engineering anyway, so when I give it a shot, balled out hard on practice squad for the first 2 years, and then finally got my shot at the MEAC SWAT game, matter of fact, down in Disney.
Orlando.
That's where I break out too, and that's when Coach kind of was, throwing me in the game more. And then I finished out that season well, and then was able to start the next season.
And see, Doug, look, when I say the prototypical Broadway linebacker, right? So 5'11", what you run, like a 4.4, 4.5?
4.4, 4.5, yep.
Okay.
4.5 at the pro day.
At the pro day. We're gonna talk about pro day too. So hold on. And just the ability to go sideline to sideline. And people throw that phrase out there, but like I said, I show you on the film, just that burst.
Listen, you don't even have to look at the film. I grew up listening to the radio, listening to Spencer, Triple Threat, Gwen, and Billy Cups and those guys call the game. And so a lot of times, if I didn't know who a guy was, you had to go off their call. Jeremy's one of those guys, you hear his name called so many times that you know about his play before you ever lay eyes on him. So, hearing him make all those tackles, make all those plays, it's like, God, is he really getting to the ball like that? And then when you turn the film on and we watch, what we watch, it's like your eyes can't believe what you're watching. You saw him make tackles, make sacks, make interceptions. I mean, he literally was all over the field when he played. And to be a part of that group that kind of took us to the next level, got us over the hump. Jeremy, you guys weren't the first team to play an FCS team. That would be my 05 team to end up playing Wake Forest. But we just didn't perform like you guys performed. For you guys to get over the hump and go up there and dominate Kent State, man. And a lot of it started with what you did on your side of the football. We know what the offense did, but, I mean, you really led those guys, man, and you led by example. And these guys have heard me talk about guys who pledged while they were in the football program, and how I always say those guys come back a different guy. They come back a different leader. And you pick up some qualities that you don't pick up inside the lines. And I think when you marry those two together, it's like what you said. I've seen guys find another level, right? And I saw you find that level, take the defense to that level. Your consistency, for one, was just something that was, game after game, you were there. You were always in place. I never really seen to make any bad plays. Always seemed to be in the right place. So that just happened. That's athletic ability. That's smart,
But I talked to Daryl Johnson Jr. one time, and we would and after practice, and he was just saying, I don't know how he's always there. Like, he beats me to the ball, and I'm a defensive end, and it'll go on my side, and he's beat me to so was it film study? Was it instinct? How did you have so much awareness?
Honestly, it was pretty much film study with the instinct, because I already know certain plays can come out of certain formations. When you learn the formation and you know the plays that's ran in that formation, it's pretty much like reading the back of your hand. You know what's coming. I'm sitting there telling the quarterback, oh, yeah, I know what's coming. 32's getting it. And he tried to freeze it, call it audible, delay a game or something. So it's kind of like, once you know it, you can control the game yourself. And like I said, being on defense, I knew the D linemen, I knew their positions, I knew the linebacker positions, I knew the corners position. So I was able to communicate and just control, the game to my advantage, really.
I get you on some of that, but there's another half of that because I know a lot of good guys that know what they're supposed to do and are there in their position. I give you the honor of being called a playmaker, right? That, to me, that's the best honor you can have. You're a playmaker. It's one thing to get there, but to get there and make a play, to make the big-time interception, to make the solid tackle. I mean, just like the film showed, you were getting there with bad intentions when you got there.
And Doug, he didn't miss tackles. He didn't miss anything. When he got there, it was a wrap. It was literally a wrap.
And that was one of the things I heard on my scouting report too. I was a sure tackler, and I made sure that I abide by that and withhold that in my standards. Because if I touch you, and it's just like the receiver touched the ball with his hands, he's supposed to catch it. If I touch you, I'm supposed to tackle you.
You know what? You were kind of ahead of your time because you kind of implemented that hawk roll technique in your tackling. Because I know the Seahawks I'm a coach, so when I say coach, I'm talking about little league. But when but I used to show my kids film on when you wrap up, you got to keep drive for 5, keep your legs moving, and you got to get that little alligator twist. And you did that all the time. That you never once you clamped on and rolled on it, that was it.
Yeah, it's over for you. Once I lock in, it's over. And so I got a nice size hands too, so I know how to get
Don't
there.
sleep on the height and weight. You know, he's big up top, got a pretty good upper body, was solid up top, man. You're right. You got your hands on guys, and we're going down. So
Yeah.
And yo, Craig, that's
Skill.
what surprised me is that, like Doug was saying, he could cover the running back out the backfield, cover wide receivers.
Right.
But if there was a guard pulling, he wasn't running the other way. You were taking on guys 3 times your size and still getting past them and making that tackle. Like Craig, tell me, when you look at his career, what stands out? How would you kind of like just characterize his career?
He was a nightmare for an offensive line. You couldn't block him. He came on so quick. Pulling guards were, they were just out there. I can't forget all the times I saw the guards looking around. Where is he at? And he's all over the running back or the quarterback, and the quarterback is cussing him out. Somebody blocked this guy. Jeremy was so good against the run game. It was unbelievable, and his one-on-one coverage, especially out in the flats, taking away the running back and the flare pass. How many pick sixes did you have during your career? It seemed like you had at least 4 or 5.
I had double digits in my whole career. I want to say I had 5 my junior year and 6 or 7 my senior year.
Interceptions?
Yeah.
Yo, but you
11.
Yeah.
You should have got credited with a half an interception. I'm gonna show you this clip right here.
I know it's you.
Oh, listen. Watch.
Backfield.
Second and long, Klue facing pressure, is able to get the throw off. Mullen can't make the catch, and it's picked off. Here come the Aggies the other way. They got some room.
Being it.
To the 10-yard line.
So listen. Mac, he got credit for the 2 interceptions, but at least half of one of those should have been on your stat sheet too. Because that was great how you broke on the ball, and I mean that just shows you that instinct again.
Yeah, and that's why I like to show coaches like I'm more versatile. I can play in the flats, I can blitz, I can cover deep, I can cover the corner out, I can do it all.
All right, so
take on the point guard.
So for the fans who are just new to A&T football, explain to them what the responsibilities of the Rover, because you were the Rover, correct?
Yeah, Rover my senior year and outside linebacker my junior year.
Right, and that's just opposite sides of the field. So when you're a Rover or outside linebacker in the Rod Broadway Sam Washington defense, talk about those responsibilities.
The responsibilities of playing the position of a Rover or outside linebacker under Rod Broadway.
Yeah,
you have to know responsibilities. You have to know your key and responsibilities. If you read your keys and you make the play 100% going full speed, you don't have a problem. But you have to know your assignment. We're not going to just leave you out there to play if you don't know what you're doing. And Robert always made it known you are replaceable. And we don't need you. So that's going to make you look at yourself in the mirror and be like, well, what am I doing? Am I wasting my time? I mean, I need to actually learn the playbook. I didn't actually make plays in practice so I can get on the field. And once I got on the field, I made sure I wasn't coming off.
So besides Kent State, give me another game that just resonates in your mind where you just felt like you was just in the zone.
Probably South Carolina State, Norfolk State possibly.
Okay, yep. That was a good one.
Yeah, Norfolk State, South Carolina State. Honestly, every game.
Yeah.
Really?
Hey, but Doug, he seems like a guy who just loves football. Like you didn't have to force him to get out there.
Yes.
It seems like some guys you got to kind of plead and pride. Come on, man, show up to practice. But the way you played and this everything I know about you, it was in your DNA. You just wanted to play ball.
Yeah. And it's ironic because, like you said, one time during my sophomore year, I know Tariq was on offense, I was on defense, and we looked at each other kind of like iron sharpens iron. I got my side, you got your side. And it's funny because we both played against each other in high school for the playoffs. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, so give me the scout report on that game. Who won that one?
We won that game, so we sent them home, and that's when we ended up going to the state championship where we ended up losing to West Oaks.
How many yards did Tariq have against y'all in the playoffs?
He had about 300, close to 400. Close to 400.
No.
And still lost.
Are you serious?
Yes, he had about 300 yards.
So he was that bad in high school.
Yeah. It was going back and forth. It was a nice long game. And then when we got to college, it was like, oh wow, you here too?
And you played offense in high school too, right?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna play slot.
You played slot receiver. Okay.
Yeah,
And you play
slot
basketball too.
Yep. Me and Denzel got a ring in state championship in basketball. So.
I did not know y'all were teammates the whole way through high school. I should have. We got to bring y'all both. We got to bring y'all both back together and
we
have a little face off.
He would tell you all about the face off we had. Yeah.
But another thing that happened, this week, well, actually today, was A&T had this pro day, and you've experienced a pro day yourself, your senior year. Just give fans a understanding. What is that like? How stressful is that? Was it fun? Like how did you look at it?
Pro day was probably one of the most nervous days out of any game I've ever played. You got your NFL teams, your favorite team there, your favorite coach there looking at you, trying to make sure, okay, is this guy the guy we want, or is he going to, flop or fail, or, So once you get out there, it's butterflies all over. You see almost all 32 teams there, and you just got to know what you've been training and stick to it. Everything is a technique based, so stick to the technique and don't try to overdo it, and just relax. That's the best advice to give right there for pro day. It's an amazing experience.
Did you train hard for prior to? So you had like a personal trainer and you just kind of went through everything you thought you was going to encounter?
Coach Jimmy Lamar at New Level Performance. That was my trainer.
Okay. Doug, you do pro day? You have pro day?
Oh yeah, we did. I did a pro day here in Greensboro on campus. When I finished playing, man, I had decided I pretty much was going to be done and hang them up.
Yeah.
And got a call from an agent. Was like, hey man, what you doing? I'm like, nothing. Hanging out. Yeah. And the guy pretty much was like, hey, you need to get your stuff together, XYZ, And I think I started training like 2 weeks. I think when I started training, I could get 225 like 5 times. And then like 2 weeks later, I think I ended up getting it like 17 times, 18 times, which is still about 3 times under my personal best. But I
don't know about that. We don't know about that.
Oh yeah. One experience I did get to have is I did get to go up to Buffalo on a little rookie camps, and I saw the picture of you, Jeremy, when you went to Pittsburgh, man. And so for me to see you in your camp, I mean, you boys were actually going to get it. You know what I'm saying? But for me to see that picture of that whole rookie class or rookie group at that camp, and to see your face up there, man, to me that was like, hey, you made it, man. Anything that happened after that really didn't matter, man, because for me to see you in that picture, I know how big a deal that was, and you can always hang your hat on that. And I follow you outside of here and on social media, and to see you transition. And we always talk about guys on the show how guys handle the transition. To see you transition from football on into the business world, and I guess you'll have a chance to talk about that too, man. It was just nice to see you do that, man, and carry and still be a leader on that side too. That's really what it's all about.
That's awesome. That's it.
And, man, you're one of those next level guys. So that you really took, you really set the tone, and you can still be a leader and set the example for guys that are still back in school, even when you finish, man. And I could see that rub off on some of those guys. We saw your play rub off on some of those guys and still kind of be what the standard was for guys that came after you, man. So kudos to you, man, and the job you did for real. That's the ultimate compliment, man, in terms of that walk and that path we made, man. It sounds a lot like Wallace Miles guys, when we're talking to him, just walking on in that drive, and then setting the new standard and putting the program in other guys' hands. Like, all right, top this, it's on y'all now, and guys having to live up to that. I mean, your name still rings bells in those field house hallways. When you show up, your energy. You're one of those guys that show up for a homecoming on campus or in practice or whatever. The guys know, hey, I got to pick up the tempo. Just because they hear you in the building. So we need more guys like that, man.
So Jeremy, what are you doing now? Catch us up with everything that's going on for you now.
So right now, I currently moved to Chicago. So I'm working the engineering gig for CNH Industrial, a smart ag business.
Yeah.
So I'm a systems engineer out there. Right now, me and my fiance moved out there. We have our 2-month-old newborn. So
awesome.
Congratulations. All right.
Thank you. So, but right now I'm currently in Charlotte for a wedding. So,
okay.
One of my moms getting married. So, life is transiting for everyone.
Life keeps moving. Sir. So, have you had a chance over the last couple of years to follow the A&T football program? Have you kept? Mm-hmm. So give me your take on the state of A&T football right now. Because when you left, 2017 was your last year.
Yeah,
you were on top of the HBCU football mountain, right? And then last year we kind of hit that valley a little bit, and the aim is now is to get back to where we were accustomed to being. So what's your take on A&T football 2022?
Coming into the 2022 season, I would say the intake on how things were from 2017 when I left. Of course, it was a different transition in coaching, so that allows the players that was already there to get a different vibe versus, how we look at offense versus defense. Offense talk trash. The coach Washington is a defense coordinator. Now he's the head coach. A lot of players needed to take that, and switch it off a little bit, and be a bit of switch because I feel like it kind of made a difference in how they played this year. And also,
can we say the D word? Discipline? Is that an issue?
Yes. That's basically discipline. And you can see the lack of discipline kind of fall off in some of the players. And that's pretty much where we need some of, I guess, the guys like me to come back in. And Tony McCray, Tariq Cohen, the ones that drive hard, and Brandon Parker that stay extra in the weight room. And Denzel, we need those guys, those players to come back around and just actually, grind.
So we got to put out an APB for leadership. Somebody has got to step up in that locker room, not the coaching staff, but that locker room.
It's with the players. That's where it holds because the coaches are there to coach you, but the players, y'all are there to play together. So it's on y'all to be accountable for one another. And that's where it was like if someone was to play, me, Keon Richardson, Dion, those linebacker group, we did not play.
Key. Shout out Key.
Yes, sir. So, and this Saturday we have the spring game. How important, if you're like a player who's a walk-on like yourself, how important is the spring game?
Oh, this spring game is very important. It's very important. It's pretty much it's predetermined who's going to be, I guess it's going to predetermine the depth chart for camp coming around in August. So, of course, you're going to do your summer workouts, but you're not really with the coaches during the summer. You're just working out, weightlifting. So this spring game is really the last chance for the coaches to see who been putting the extra work in on the off season so you can come in and be ready for this new season. And we can have trust in you. Because Coach Walsh always said, you're simply not reliable. No, you're reliable sometimes, you're simply not reliable.
That's it, man. And I think that was the kind of summed up our season last year. We were inconsistent. We were consistently inconsistent, and especially in the second half. We started off pretty good, and after halftime, we couldn't score points and make turnovers and this and that. So hopefully, that can get turned around. But I do agree with you. It's going to start in the locker room. And fortunately, I think we got some guys who have that fire and who understand that we got to get back to those old school, that Broadway discipline ways.
Yes.
So you're in Charlotte. You're in Charlotte for a wedding.
Yeah, wedding this weekend.
Right, but you're living in Chicago.
Yeah.
And you still following A&T football from afar. How did you feel when you found out that after winning? I guess you're part of 2 HBCU national champions.
Yep, 2015, 2017.
That A&T was now moving out of the MEAC and into first the Big South and now the Colonial. What was your thoughts about that?
A lot of people was hurt. The coach was shocked at it. We felt like the MEAC was home for not just HBCU culture, but just A&T. We took over the MEAC almost. Now, 2017 was the year where the bowling team, tennis team, basketball, everyone was winning championships.
Everybody.
So it was like the MEAC. It's like A&T, this is home. Then a couple years later, it's kind of like, okay, we're making this move for, I guess, what better reason? Maybe, I don't know, money move or whatever. Maybe betterment for the program. I don't know. But it kind of hurt me a little bit because I always loved the MEAC, the competition we have, South Carolina State, Central, like, that built the culture around where I was at A&T.
Now, fortunately, I would give Earl Hilton some credit. He has done a great job this upcoming year, with getting some of those traditional HBCU rivalries on the schedule. Because we play Central week 1, and then I think in week 4 we host South Carolina State. And then we have Norfolk State coming here later on in the year. So he's trying to make the best of both worlds. But I understand what you're saying. I know a lot of guys on social media were kind of unhappy about the move, but at this point, it's inevitable. We going forward. Chancellor Martin, he said we're doing it, so it's gonna get done.
Yeah. So now the ball rolling, so we just gotta hang tight and roll with it.
So last parting advice that you can give to anybody, all the A&T football players who coming after you, and guys who might even be manning that rover spot. What you want to tell them how they need to live up to your shoes?
I would say don't take life for granted. Don't take life for granted, for one. Give it your all. Number 2, don't try to be no one else, be yourself, and just trust the process. Trust the process. All it takes is 1 year to ball out and get looked at. That's all it took. Because I remember my old teammate Deji, he transferred in, came over, balled for 1 year, senior year, and now he was in the league for a couple of years.
Yep.
That's all it takes is 1 year, ball out, trust the process, and just stay disciplined. Definitely. It's simple. I mean, it's nothing much. I don't need to tell you the rocket science. It's simple. It's butter. Let's do it.
I'm hyped, man. I'm hyped. So listen, guys, we need to. I'm gonna go back and find some more highlight videos because
you actually about to make me go look at my highlight now because I was like, man.
Take that on the play, man.
Because I said I love fundamentals. You don't understand, Jeremy. I love fundamentals. So everything I saw you just those form tackles and just breaking down and wrapping up. You know, you weren't trying to deliver the kill shot every time. You just want to make sure your man stopped going forward. And that's old school, man. That's old school.
Got you, man.
Yeah. So Craig, anything else, man? You want?
It's just been a pleasure talking to one of the all-time greats. There's no doubt about it. He's on my all-time list.
Thank you.
Hey, Doug.
Any era. Yo,
Doug, what is this? What is our fraternity count now? So he's the second Omega. So we had Lamar. We had, and then, but I think
you
he's still
got to balance it out because you had what, 2 Kappas?
Yeah, like 4. Yeah. We had four Kappas.
Oh, you had
I
all
ain't
4.
gonna say nothing about that. I ain't gonna say nothing about that, but hey.
I got a feeling we'll have some more to come on the show, man. We're gonna have to reach back into the 90s. We got some show up guys that you need to get on the show.
Oh yeah, you got a few Hall of Famers too.
Yeah, we got to get Loach, we got to get Maceo, we got to get some of the people's favorites on here that join you on here, man.
That most definitely. All right, Jeremy. So we're gonna let you go, man. You've been so kind with your time joining our broadcast tonight, and we definitely gonna bring you back because we like I said, we always gotta have an extra set of eyes breaking down film. And
all it's about.
And like I said, you probably see stuff before it even happens, man. You know, you kind of like Romo was on a broadcast, just predicting stuff. So I can imagine you watching film. But yeah, man, it's been a true pleasure, man. Thank you so much for coming out tonight, man.
Oh yeah, I appreciate it, man. I hope you fellas having a safe night, and I look forward to another chance to be on with you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, bless you,
thank you,
family, man.
Thank you.
Take care of yourself.